So this is a shout out to Trini Woodall. Trini, you have inspired me from the very beginning when I was a little girl and I used to love all the makeover shows. And this is the infamous Zara that Trini comes into. I have used it a lot for clients over the years and we just want to find those little fun, playful pieces. So should we see what's inside here today? Let's go and have a look. So I'm immediately drawn. We've all seen loads of pleated skirts, but seeing it in this kind of spring, limey, could be chartreuse is really good. And I love the weight of the pleat as well. Would look great with greys and creams. Obviously you could have a real colour play moment and do lilacs and pinks, but that feels really fun. I think that is a lovely little camisole vest. It's blues and blacks and sparkles, but could really elevate just a navy suit. Some white jeans. Also great actually for layering. We could do some fun little sleeve tops or shirts underneath as well. Quite a good one if you wanted to go out in the evening but wanted to be reserved. You could then have something layered underneath. There's obviously a lot of these kind of more oversized masculine shirts. I kind of feel like if you're going to buy a men's shirt, you might as well just go get a men's shirt or even find one vintage, because you're going to get far higher quality than just getting it here. We're seeing a lot of rope belts at the moment happening. This is probably a hark back to my teenage years, but I do think that if you don't want something as stiff as a leather belt, don't discount the rope belts that are coming back, maybe over dresses or even through your jeans, just to add almost like a piece of jewellery around the waist. This is the kind of thing I would avoid. As much as I love a little sleeveless waistcoat, and I've actually just created one myself, I just think, again, get a second-hand good quality blazer and take the sleeves off. As much as I love the little cut and the kind of deep thing, I just think the actual quality isn't there. I think that bag is lovely, that shape feels very chic, very clean, sits under the arm nicely. As you can see, I love a red trouser. These were on the front of their site the other day. I think they look really beautiful, very long. Not dissimilar from what I've got on, but mine are tracksuit trousers. I love that kind of silkiness of the trouser. This is a fantastic coat. We talked about quilted coats in a recent video, and I think that this actually takes it to the next level. The even more kind of giant oversized pockets, the pull at the waist that you could create some really nice shape. If you are into your autumnal colours, that would really pull it all together. Oh, I put these on a recent shopping edit on my newsletter. I love that Zara always do really good sculptural earrings. If you're very petite, that is a lovely shift dress. Really nice texture, great sculpture, great with a little white shirt underneath. It's a good little outfit already there for you. Oh, this is a beautiful print. So really lovely, having even just these tones of little pink. Can you see through that? I would style that. Actually, this is a really good one from the newsletter we've just done. This feels very much like Christian, who was our icon this week. And I love the fact that we've got this dark paneling through the sides. Beautiful. That's this crushed feel, just makes it feel very kind of almost like Dries Van Noten. That to me feels really special. $59.99. Ella, you were looking for a trench coat. Actually quite a nice feel, soft, flocked almost. Still very classic, but that to me actually feels very nice for the quality. Beautiful long line coat in the cream, kind of into oatmeal almost. That will immediately add some elegance over your outfit. We're seeing a lot more of these sculptured kind of cardigan jackets come through. We've seen a lot of the tweed ones, but we're seeing a lot more of the sculptured ones coming. To me, the buttons are making it feel a bit cheaper, but the actual shape is lovely. And that's very reminiscent of the kind of Jill Sanders latest collection, but had even more volume to it. One of our icons for our newsletter was Lisa Ing Marinelli, and this is very much her kind of piece. You might also see Alison Bornstein doing a lot with these kind of more neat cardigans, but I would really rough this up with some stonewashed jeans, tailored trouser. But yeah, lovely to have that neat silhouette if you have something more voluminous on the bottom. So I've just seen this little set. Great if you're petite. A lovely kind of almost washed silk feel with the raw edge. Feels very Miu Miu, kind of meets Prada. This lovely dove grey. There's a lot you could do with this grey. You could keep it quite earthed with khakis, but it could also sit alongside like the brighter greens. Also with reds, oranges, there's a lot you could do with that. That feels really unusual. Lovely little layering piece. You could do a sleeve shirt. quite a useful thing. Are you someone that hates shopping? If so, here is an idea for you. Did you know that there is about 3 different types of shopping? So first of all, there is that focus, I need this, I want to go and find this item, this specific purchase and make it happen. The next one is the browsing. Oh, just seeing what there is, no pressure, just kind of like taking my time, mooching feel. And then there's also a third way, which is about research, which is more intentional but hasn't got the pressure of purchasing. It's about what's in the season, what's grabbing my eye. Because often what happens is, I don't know if you've experienced this, but when we haven't got the intention to buy, then we normally find the things that we want, or when we haven't got the money to or budget to spend on the clothes, that's when we find them. Whereas when there's the pressure to find something, we don't find it. So actually going out and just seeing what's around will often take that pressure off and help us to find that item. The other thing to consider when you're shopping is the intention you have when you step into store. Do you step into store thinking, oh, there's going to be nothing for me in here? Or do you step into store thinking, I wonder what might be for me? And with that kind of lighter approach, it's amazing what you'll start to find. Oh, let's talk about the mesh ballet pump that's everywhere at the moment. I've just bought myself a little red pair for Massimo Dutti. And then I heard on the news this morning that it's been the wettest February ever. And I'm thinking, what am I doing with a pair of mesh ballet pumps? Am I going to wear them? Am I just going to get smelly feet? Who knows? But I do love the added texture that it's giving to outfits. I love the kind of neat, ladylike feel that we can then do with our more grungy pieces. So I'm sat on the fence still. I'll let you know how I go on. Zara is great for accessories, and something that I'm seeing a lot and have recommended a lot is this chartreuse little leather rope belt. I think when you need that little pop of colour, maybe you're someone that doesn't want to wear a lot of jewellery, actually having that little pop can make a real difference. And I love the kind of contemporary feel of that belt. So if one of your words that you're missing at the moment is a more contemporary feel, then maybe it is just about looking at your accessories. We had these in one of our shopping edits recently. I love the irregularity. Again, if everything's feeling too prim, always go to the opposite. If everything's feeling too prim in your wardrobe and too well behaved, could you just bring in a little touch of unevenness to mess things up a little bit in just the best way? That's a lovely oversized shirt. And actually you can't really see, but it's quite textured in real life. I enjoy that. Someone was asking recently, are crops still in because it's feeling like everything is very long? And I would say 100% yes. It's just about the footwear that you're pairing it with. So pairing it with more chunky loafers, or doing something with maybe a bolder sock with a matching coloured shoe at the bottom. I also think it's about what you're pairing it with. So if you're keeping everything feeling oversized, but actually having a shorter length means everything doesn't get too swamped. I think cropped is definitely still having a moment. You just might need to style it in a fresher way. And footwear is always the best place to begin. Okay, so these jeans feel nice. I like the fact that they're so flat on the front. The belt loops are obviously sat lower, almost like a tailored trouser. So you're going to get a neater shape across the waist. It feels like a lovely little summer pair of jeans. Very nice. I'd switch out the belt for something more expensive looking. That's a great kind of showered coat jacket. Always looking for practical pieces, and I am obsessed with pockets. So this is not a surprise that I'm drawn to. I also like the fact it's got a little silver lining. It does look waterproof, but I love that quite modern contemporary shape. That's very nice, and actually looks lovely with a tailored trouser. I really don't like, sorry. I'll show something I don't like. I hate buttons like that. Ella, you might like this. Do you like this? Yeah, you do. Okay, for all of you Diamante magpie lovers out there, this could be the waistcoat for you. To me, that's a step too far, but because do you know what it is? It's because it's got the sparkle in this. Puts me off, yeah. And that, if it just had one or the other, then I'd feel more at peace. But for those that like it, enjoy. Do you? Okay, I love the concept of these. I love a cargo. I love a silky trouser, especially if you're somebody that finds the cargo is too bulky. But to me, there's too much shine on this fabric and it makes it look cheap. They are so fun. Oh my god, they are so fun. I love this. Is where Zara comes into its own. You can just get some pieces and you'll treasure that for years to come. And look at the movement. Ooh, very nice. You want to dress up as a jellyfish? I do quite like that. I like the texture. I think you just need vision for this. I think it needs tailored pieces around it. But like Christian, who we just had as an icon, could maybe do something like that. So it's a mixture of the cardigan, the bomber jacket, the tweed, everything that's happening at the moment, but in a little more bomber shape. I feel like I'm finding quite a few things in Zara that are good for petites. Zara have done a lot of leather this season. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this. Part of me thinks I'm Wilma and the Flintstones, and part of me thinks this could look amazing on. The sculpting shape is particularly good if you are smaller up top, and you're fuller through the hips and you just want to create some balance. It's also great if you don't have as much of a waist, it will give you some more shape. But I love the softness of that leather and the little fluted peplum at the bottom. We know that red has been the colour of the season, so loving, I mean, I'm just picking up what I'm wearing, but loving the red tracksuit bottom that they've got in here. You could really, with this lightness of this fabric, you could have a play with the kind of tying up at the ankle and making it shorter. You could make them look a lot more tailored despite the elasticated waist. Maybe a great working from home trouser actually, if you were then going out afterwards and you wanted to look put together. That little tab on there is really sweet. Oversized shirt. Again, I feel like I'm just pulling out my outfit. Ooh, that's sweet. Little bit cheap feeling, but I love the crushness of it all. Feels quite architectural. These are actually what I've just bought. So mid-rise, full length. For $35.99, I think the quality is lovely. I know that buying denim from these shops isn't the most sustainable place, but sometimes you do only have £35, and where do you go and buy denim if you can't afford it pre-loved? If that's even too pricey, I do think Zara and H&M are great for that, but make sure you love it and it's going to fit you for a long time so you get the most wear from it. Clothes are there to be loved and worn. Fun little oversized knit in the lime. Love a zip. Really cool. This is not me, but I feel like if you are maybe doing the 2000s for the first time when it's come back, this kind of very clean neck is very much seeing a rise, and that little kind of gives a modern take, or not even a modern, but a more interesting take than just all the waistcoats that are around at the moment. That lovely little point has that reminiscent of a waistcoat, but a great little layering. So we're just finishing in Zara. You know, don't feel like you are the only one that finds those spaces exhausting. There's a lot going on, sensory, there's so much going on, and it can be really, really hard to kind of find the things you're after. So I'd always say to you, when you're stepping into spaces like this, don't go with the pressure of finding things. Just see what there is and take that pressure off. I think there were some nice pieces. I wasn't completely amazed by what there was, but there was some definitely good finds. But yeah, I'm ready for a coffee now.